the level with which people are being attracted to it, and the level with which that, I refuse to say, industry is becoming one that if we don't put a stop to it, it's going to be one that we cannot cure. In the sense that today there are institutions that are profiting from it. They call them diploma mill. And it's a business. You pay, and you are given it, and you walk away with it, and it just needs to be stopped. And we think that at the end of the day, if we don't start now, we may not be able to what? To carry it. So yes, Kwame Nkrumah's generation, as I indicate, was different. His time, probably, there was nothing like GTEC. And today, and as I've said, he wasn't the only president of the Republic who was given the doctorate. We have presidents after him who have been given honorary doctorates. In fact, first ladies have been given honorary doctorates, but they don't use it. And I really reiterate this. The current president, who was honored, said that, do not call me what? Doctor. There's a reason why he cautioned the general public to what? To desist from that. Because he could see what was going to happen if he was the reference point when it comes to what? This particular what? Cancer that we are trying to purge ourselves of.
The next question is in relation to us. On our network, we spoke to him, and he says he's going to see. Have you received any writs?
Well, we don't want to. I just use him as an example because of the way that his issue pan out in the general public. We are not interested in litigation. In fact, we plan to invite him for a conversation. We've realized that the conversation always works. We've had instances where people have threatened a lot of lawsuits. In fact, people have had their lawyers write to us, and they call back to say, look, we are retracting it. We are not interested in disgracing anybody. No. I don't think Hassan Ayariga needs to be called a doctor for him to be respected in society. He's done what he needs to do. And mind you, almost every individual who happens to fall, as a victim of this whole unfortunate situation is an accomplished individual. These are not just ordinary citizens. That is why in the wisdom of the awarding institutions, they saw them worthy of what? Being awarded. So we are very, very careful and cautious in the way we approach these individuals. We don't want to get into any litigation with anybody, but as a corporate entity, we can sue and be what? And be sued. And as we said, our next leg of this whole agenda is to set people as scapegoats by testing the law and prosecuting them if need be, because the law makes room for that.
The next question, is there room for media houses and other institutions who call these people that titles? That's your punishment?
Of course, it's conspiracy. It's not conspiracy. It's conspiracy. Yes, it does. And I want to refer to GH1. I think GH1 is here. GH1. I'll call GH1 out. I will always name and shame. GH1 has not been very helpful in this whole exercise, and we need to bring the attention to that. As media houses, we don't just take information just like that. We also have to do our background checks and more or less be able to profess opinions when it comes to these issues. At the end of the day, if the person is doing something illegal and you are more or less facilitating that illegality, it's called conspiracy. And I think the judges will deal to that. And let me say, whilst we commend all of you, the media houses, two media houses that have been very frontal, is Graphic and City TV. That's Channel 1. And I think we want Adom and all those other media, UTV, to come on board, and let's help sanitize the space. It's in our interest, because I think at the end of the day, if you say you have a society of, PhD professor, it should reflect in our productivity. It should reflect. But if we have almost everybody, anybody who is a doctor, then maybe we'll start calling ourselves doctor. Doctor raised to the power 3. All right. Yes, sir.
So I actually wanted